The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving, traders. I hope everybody is all set for a phenomenal turkey day. My turkey is soaking in a beautiful bath of beer, cider, salt, little brown sugar, some cinnamon, some cloves, some black peppercorns. Oh, a 24-hour soak followed by a nice smoking on the Traeger. Oh, it's going to be magnificent. I can hardly wait. Welcome out to the Tradespoon live trading room, stocks and options closing bell. My name is Scott. I will be your host. I've got better numbers than I would have expected. Honestly, for a holiday eve, but I'm glad you could make it out and join me. For those who don't know me, I'm the head trading coach here at Tradespoon. I've been trading for over 20 years, teaching for almost 20 years. These are the disclosures. Remember that trading can be risky, options in particular. We're not advisors. This is for education. Have a plan, stick to the plan, manage your risk, and you will be just fine. All right, let's dive in. Now, I feel like there was a good stretch where Vlad was maybe taking some time off and I was filling in, but I feel like we just don't get to talk enough, and I miss you guys. So it's good to see you all. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and week up until this point. Good afternoon, Tom. Thank you. I hope I can provide some level of wisdom, and hopefully that level is amazing, an amazing level, but I'll do my best. Let's talk about it. Futures. We're not talking pre-market. This is closing bell. The market started pretty strong, went up, dropped, back up again. So a little choppy. It feels like the buying pressure that we've been seeing is maybe waning a little bit. Overall, S&P is up 0.5%. The Dow is up 0.29. The NASDAQ 1%. Russell 0.3. Oil's getting beat up a little bit. Started flat. Now it's down almost 4%. Gold is flat. Silver is bullish. Okay. What are we looking at? That the Fed minutes are showing a substantial majority looking for a slowing hike pace. They're not right? We're at this point, I think the consensus is that the announcement, and we're already halfway there, it seems, right? We are exactly halfway there. 3 weeks ago was the last one. Now we have until the 13th and the 14th. The 13th is the start of the meeting. The 14th is when the next Fed announcement will come out. That is when we would expect to see at this point a half of a point. And I think from there, they might say that they're going to give a break. Take the next meeting off. That basically, if you take one meeting off of a hike, that gives you 3 months, right? The meetings occur every 6 weeks. So the next one would basically be, I would imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would imagine in January, it's around the 25th of January. So if they skip that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll be about March the 8th before we would see the next rate hike. That'd give plenty of time. I could see that happening. Or maybe we do half a point in December, quarter of a point in January, take the March 8th meeting off, and then that puts us out into the late April to see what happens. We'll see. But it seems like it's starting to ease off of the hawkishness, and maybe we'll slow down a little bit. Mortgage rates edged down, remain below. It's crazy to think that mortgage rates being down has them around 7%. Holy shit! That they just like smashed so much higher so fast. I have to imagine, if anybody's in real estate, does real estate investing, or has a career, let me know. But it seems like that would have had to have had a dramatic stifling of the real estate market that we probably haven't seen in the numbers yet. So, did I say hi to you, Phil? And happy Thanksgiving. I just was realizing I probably didn't, but yes, happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. What else? Corporate earnings nightmare could be looming. Well, yeah, I mean, we saw it from Target, right? The inventory was high. There's going to be that from like retail. Yeah, I think we might see it ease up a little bit. Okay. What else do we know? Is the stock market open on Black Friday? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, wow. More layoffs still. Hardcore won't save you. Still firing people at Twitter. That's an interesting sideshow to watch. Well, that's about it. What do we expect? I expect volume to really taper off, and then on Friday, I don't expect much at all by way of volume. However, there is a huge misconception around low volume, meaning low volatility. And that's not necessarily the truth. There is a very good chance that on the light volume, the market becomes easy to push, and it's able to actually make if I went back and I just looked at Black Fridays, I would have to say they're actually a fairly volatile day by way of movement, but very light day by way of volume. And so, that certainly could be the case. So don't get complacent with the holiday. Make sure you have a plan. Let's take a look at what else is going on in the economic news. Durable good orders up. Capital equipment orders up. Initial jobless claims. People are like, oh, there was unexpectedly a rise. It's 240 still. Anything below 250 we look at as normal. If it gets into the upper 200s, then we're like, ooh, What's happening here? If it breaks 300, then we start thinking that job losses are coming. And rather than expecting ongoing positive numbers from our monthly non-farm payroll jobs report, we would see a shift. We haven't hit that yet. Manufacturing is down, service is down, consumer sentiment is up. So that's the thing, right? We keep thinking, oh, it's a recession. But if we've already been through the worst of it and consumers are like, you know what? I'm feeling better. We've already seen the slowdown. We've already seen, and we haven't seen the impact of it yet. That's where that corporate earnings surprise could come into play. But we've definitely already had some experience with slowdown economically. Sorry, I was just standing here and I shifted and sloshed my coffee a little bit. Give me 1 second. Okay. Coffee slosher. It's quiet out there. Everybody feeling all right? Are you trading through the holidays? Putting on new positions, taking off old ones? Tell me what you're doing. I want to know. The University of Michigan's 5-year inflation expectations came in at 3%. That's good. New home sales expected to drop from 588 to 570. Unexpectedly had, well, that's like 10% better than they thought. That's pretty good. And the minutes came out giving us an indication that the rates, the rising rates is likely to slow, not necessarily stop, but at least slow. The fact that they said that is almost, in my opinion, due to the transparency that the Fed has shown recently, a guarantee that we're going to only get 0.5%. I think the market's going to respond favorably. That could be that last bump for the Santa rally. Be aware. Nothing tomorrow because it's closed for Turkey Day. Man, can you believe it? We've got NFL games on. We've got World Cup games on. We've got parades. Like, I've got appetizers and food. I just have to find something. We haven't talked about this for a while, but what to drink? What's the drink of choice? I used to like a sangria, but I'm turning more into a Christmas sangria. So I've got to find what tasty adult beverage I want to sip on all day tomorrow while I'm cooking and watching all those delightful things. Give me your recommendations. Quiet out there. Give me something. Somebody tell me something. What are you drinking tomorrow? I need to know. I need to know that you're all still awake, or I'm shutting down and I'm going to have appetizers. Next week, what do we know? Big day on Wednesday. Love it, Tom. Tom said homemade wassail. I'm assuming the wassail would have then maybe like a spiced rum put in there. Maybe a brandy. I don't know. What goes good in wassail? I want something that, rum and brandy. Love it. Yes. I might just even do eggnog and put some brandy in my eggnog. I don't know. Get crazy. Next week, we have the ADP report on Wednesday. We have GDP, job openings. We have Jerome Powell speaking at the Brookings Institute, as well as the Beige Book. So some good Fed speak on Wednesday. Thursday is a big number or big thing as well. We got some price data. We've got some income and spending data, manufacturing. Then we end up with non-farm payroll. So quite a bit in the second half of next week. Tom says he prefers wine. It's turkey, so that would be a white wine, right? White with poultry. I'm not a huge wine drinker, to be perfectly honest. I might just go with an old favorite, whiskey sours. I love a good whiskey sour, Okay. How does the model see it? That's what we want to know. And the rest of you need to start contributing. I want you talking. I want you commenting today. It's a holiday. I was even thinking of turning my Christmas music on and letting it play in the background. I don't know. I'm feeling crazy. Good afternoon, Fred. Good to see you. It's quiet today. Feel free to throw comments and questions my way, everybody. SPY. Okay, so let's take a look. So the model is seeing it a little bit similar to what we were saying, that the possibility here is that we may have topped out a little bit and are looking for this potential consolidation in here, followed by what would look like a higher low and a bullish bounce coming out of it. That makes perfect sense. We've talked about the VIX showing diminishment in the levels of fear. The Santa rally, the fall rally, people go back and forth. Like the Santa rally, is there a rally in December? Yes. But is the entire October, November, December season, that fall, historically one of the two best 3-month periods, the other being February, March, and April. So this makes sense. Tom said market is long, bullish signals all over the place for one more leg up. I think we still have a couple legs. One now and one that the Fed gives us when they only lower rates a half a point. Or only raise rates a half a point. Or even a quarter of a point. Yes. Yes. Okay, so yeah, I think this looks bullish. I don't know that it's necessarily today or if there is going to be a bit of a pullback. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we want to determine. QQQ. The Qs look a little bit more neutral to slightly bullish. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. DIA. The Dow is an A grade. Now it says neutral, but interestingly, the Q said slightly bullish, but this actually has a better looking slightly bullish chart to me. Small consolidation, higher low, and then a bullish kick out of that consolidation. Very much in line with what the SPY says. And let's go IWM. Oh, small caps. The small caps are where we're maybe seeing and sensing a bit of struggles. Without a doubt. Okay. Okay. Now, here's that cyclical I was talking about. So you can kind of see that one of the two best. In fact, it tends to be the steepest. So we have February to May. That's a nice market. And we have October to the end of the year. That's a nice market. But do we tend to see possibly now? Here's the consolidation. It might be a little bit longer. It's not always going to be lockstep, but this tells us that from late November to around December the 9th or 10th, then a small pullback right around the 14th or 15th. That's when the Fed might give us our last one. So I think according to what we're seeing here, there could be two more legs, right? One's there, one is here, and then we still have a little bit more to go. Okay. Today's heat map tells us what? Energy is the worst. The strength is consumer cyclical, led by Tesla. Ooh, look at Tesla trying to come back. So is Target. Communication services is okay. Technology doing well. Financial doing well. Healthcare doing well. Industrial's a little less so, but still okay. So my sectors that I've been focused on have been financial, industrial, to a lesser extent, healthcare. And then we're looking to see if cyclical and technology start to join the party, because that's when we think we have enough breadth to make it happen. Okay. Let's take a minute and go through that. Okay, we'll do that first. Thank you, Jacques. Good to see you, sir. Let's do an SPY quiz. We'll look at the VIX. We'll come back, do some sector rotation. Then we'll dive into the watch list and just see what is good, what is setting up. What else? Bitcoin. I still think Bitcoin may have one more leg down before it stabilizes. And that next leg down puts it around 11,000. Woo! Those looking nasty. Okay, so let's get the SPY quiz going. So yeah, you can see we got this bullishness here. It's not a lot. The volume is really weak, but that's not unexpected for a holiday week, a Thanksgiving week. Could we have a little bit more? Maybe, but I think also we could see a pullback and then a bounce and then one more bounce by the end of the year. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. Let's get the quiz, though. Okay. An A today, Fred says. I'm gonna go 402 like 50. I think that's gonna be right around there. Yeah, 402.50. And on the bottom side, let's do, whoops, sorry. Not that one, but that one. That is $401.40. So you've got about $1.10 range. Anything above 402.50 is an A. Anything between 401.40 and 402.50 is a B. Everybody else is a C. This one here is nothing. Okay, Fred is an A. He's feeling bullish. Jacques is a B. He says it might finish okay, but not going to hold those highs. Phil is a B. LK is a B. Tom is a B. I think Mark is an A. Mark, is that you? That's an A? Let me know. Your name didn't show up for me, unfortunately. Yes, okay. I'm getting good at guessing. I'm getting better at guessing. What else? Okay. Anybody else? I don't got a lot of participation today. I'm going B. If John were here, he'd probably be a C. I'm going to give him his C. Anyone else want to get in? Great. That's it. And let's go take a look at. Let's go take a look at the VIX. Any World Cup watchers? Anyone watching have an early favorite? I'll tell you, England looked strong with a 6-1 victory. France looked pretty strong. Spain. I got to say, Argentina and Germany, a little lackluster. I don't know. Could be interesting. Here's the VIX. So this was, right? This was the VIX signal right here. This was on the 17th. This is where I want you to realize how the VIX can really do well. This was the earliest signal, right? What happened here? It was technically a lower high. So we had a high here, then it came down and it went up. And how do I know? Because it it crossed below these two candles, right? That was on the 17th. So let's look at how that corresponds and how that confirmed. That was here. That was a tough trade. The stochastics was still coming down, but by the time it's turned, that turned out to be a great place. I wish I would have been a little more aggressive, letting the VIX give me that signal, but it was okay. Now we have a higher low here. The stochastics has turned. I mean, this looks like it could be going further here, right? So, are we too late? No, I think that there's definitely the potential for some bullish trades that will exist throughout here. So that's what we're going to be looking for is there something here? And we might even have, we do, Heiken and Ashy on our side, and possibly ready to go the other way. Okay, let me get back to the regular candles. Let's look at the VIX one more time. So where is the VIX now? I mean, we are almost back down to these lows back here. The lowest we've been since the summer. So if it comes down, I mean, there's no setup for a higher low or anything else going on right now. Although I kind of feel like if I were to extend this drawing, I don't know. That's tough. Okay. Fred says too much complacency. I don't know if I would say complacency. I would look at this as confidence, although we know that it can change abruptly. So that's why I might look at maybe how I draw this line to see, do I need to have cancel the right extension, duplicate. Do I need to shift and have a new line of consolidation? Why do I want a new line of consolidation? Well, because it does seem to be less steep, but I still want to be aware of what happens. I need to wait for this for convincing, but do I start here just in case something like that happens? Yes, I probably will. If we break that level, I will probably look at least a half of a hedge, depending on how much bullishness my portfolio might have at that time. Okay. Let's do a quick sector rotation. Energy still just kind of doing its thing up at the top. Okay, great. Utilities, healthcare, industrials, materials. But as we watch those zooming in, we have industrials and financials showing up with healthcare just behind. That's why I've been bullish on these sectors for a while now. I've been saying those are the ones that I like. And you can see that they're really showing their quality still. 66 days gives us a little different taste. 66 days adds basic material. Still, healthcare is, I don't know what I have a strange bias against healthcare for some reason. So yeah, that's something to be aware of for sure. Okay. Let's drop down to 22 days. Fred said he says he could see it getting back to yes, going to a 25. I think that could be true. Yeah. Jacques says, what's your number? Has it been going up? Yes, it has been going up, and I'm at a 275. So I've definitely had that bullish adjustment, right? I've been seeing my numbers steadily increasing. If I can go back here, how about you, Jacques, or anybody else that's keeping that score? Really, it was right around in this area in here that it started to shift, and it's just steadily improved. Well, we've definitely got a better trend in here, right? Like, we don't want to see this here and still be thinking, oh, it's bearish like it was back here. These are very different scenarios for me. And this doesn't show any signs. Now, if at some point we do something like this, well, yeah, that's going to change things up quite a bit. That's going to lower my my short-term score. That's going to lower my VIX assessment. That's maybe even going to lower the volume depending on how that goes. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's dive into the watch list. What we like setting up. Alcoa. Ooh, I don't know. Alcoa did consolidate and turn. That's interesting. Apple is still in its consolidation, but if it doesn't go much further, I would definitely think about this one. ADI bounced on earnings, but that's not really something that we can plan on or expect. Archer Daniels, that is one that I've liked and that I took the trade on back here. It's just kind of grinding on up, but it's hitting some resistance. I'm getting that one is looking a little overbought to me. So it's made a little bit of money, but not great. Okay, I can live with a little bit as long as I keep at least some of it. So now is when I'm looking to sell half, tighten the stop, don't let it turn around, and hope it breaks those highs. If it can break 98, I think you can get to 102. And that's my target. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm very close to removing half of that. AMD looks like it's giving a pretty good signal here. If you like chips, this is trying. It gave us a move up. It's pulled back, stabilized. The candle turned first. The stochastic seems to be turning now. That definitely has prospects. I'm going to put that. I almost took it off the list not that long ago. Right? I almost took it off the list, but that's actually one that I like. So short list, AMD is on it. Amazon on the short list. I like this signal. This is probably one I like one of the most, and that we'll maybe look at for building a trade. That's had a nice pullback, higher low, stochastics is turning. Everything here is in line on the short list and potentially ready for a trade. AXP gave a signal back here. I don't know. It feels a little late. The Heiken Ashley probably looks okay. Nah, it doesn't look great, actually. Boeing, I would say Boeing is giving a signal. It pulled back, it had a pause, but now it's turning out of it. Green candle, stochastics turning. I would say Boeing is on the short list. I should make a note. Is anybody scribing for me today? I'm going to say AMD is on the list. I'm going to say Amazon, AMZN is on the list. And I'm going to say Boeing is on the list. Although, I will tell you this. I have liked Caterpillar. I've liked Caterpillar a little better. So there's that. And it's still so quiet. Give me some comments. Let me know that you're there. You can't be in a turkey coma before we eat the turkey. This quiet is for tomorrow when you take a nap after dinner. Alibaba. Ooh, I don't know. I said I'm a little more inclined, but I don't like that. Bank of America, it's a bit choppy. Caterpillar. So Caterpillar basically turned here for me. This would have been on Monday. If anybody trade Caterpillar, I took this one. That's one that I had been watching for. I liked it as it turned out. I'm going to give it another day or two to see if we can pop through. If it can pop through, I think it's got a good chance to go, 260. So we'll see what happens. ConocoPhillips. Oil is choppy. If it doesn't break and then it turns, I'd maybe think about it, but that's a bit choppy right now. Costco still waiting. DBC waiting. John Deere. Oh, look at John Deere. Their earnings came back better than expected, and they didn't release any guidance that looks like it would be disruptive. So I would say, yeah, that's helpful, but I still like Caterpillar a little bit better. Okay, Disney. God, it's choppy, isn't it? It gapped up, sold off. I guess they've got a little bit of news that they fired their embattled CEO and hired the old guy back. That could work out, I guess. Yeah, that could work out. Okay. What's next? FCX was one that I was liking here. Yeah, that kind of gap through. I was looking for it here. I was hoping for a little bit less of a signal, and I ended up not taking it. Anybody pull the trigger on FCX? That was definitely one that we had been talking about together. FedEx, yeah, it's a little iffy. FXI, so FXI looks okay if you like Chinese stocks. Gold looks like it's trying to go somewhere if you like precious metals. Goldman. So Goldman, that is one that I did take. It's still pretty close. I would say that's open for business still. IBM is overbought. IWM is just kind of grinding out a little bit sideways. Jets. I would say Jets is on my short list and is a candidate for today. I'm still leaning towards Amazon, but if you have a different one that you think is better, let me know. But I do like Jets. Jets is on the table. Meta is close. I would say I'm going to put that on my list. That's close. It hasn't turned yet, though. Marvell is okay. I like NVIDIA better, and we already have AMD. Microsoft looks pretty good. Microsoft did give us a signal back here yesterday as well. So, not too late. Netflix giving a signal now. I agree. Whoever said there's a good number of signals, I agree. NVIDIA was yesterday, but it's not terrible today. Oracle is overextended. QQQ, not bad. Starbucks. Silver. Semiconductors looks pretty good. SPY, Tesla's trying. So here's the thing about Tesla. Don't get tricked. As of right now, it's basically one line of gosh, I could draw my line straight. Jeez. One straight line of consolidation. I needed to get through it and then hold it, and then I'm like, okay, so something like back here. That was the first good signal. That one's open. That one's open. Even that one, it didn't last long. That's what we're hoping for. How do we get to that? It starts with this, right? That's what it starts with. Okay. Any questions about that? So we have some signals. We have some others that we need to be patient for. UNG, we're going to go probably look at the Amazon trade. There's a good list. AMD from chips, Amazon from consumer discretionary, Jets from consumer discretionary, Boeing from industrials, Meta from communication services, Netflix communication services. So what did I say? Boeing from industrial? Yeah, okay, I think I said that. Nothing really that good from financials so far. Did you guys put any trades on with Vlad this morning? Was anybody there? The VIX just pushing lower. Lower and lower we go. Here's financials. Not much there right now. Industrials. So some of these have already moved, and it's looking a little overextended. That's that. Whoever said the market's looking overextended, I think that supports the cause. It's just a little bit, depending on what you're looking at, of potential mixed signals. Let's go take a look at Amazon and just kind of construct a trade. We haven't had a great chance for a little while, so certainly love the opportunity to evaluate this. Okay, what do I like about it? I like that it broke the consolidation. Now it's come back and it's holding above at a higher low. Took a small short on XLK, closed a bull put on Qs. Okay, makes sense. Let's look at these with the model real fast, if you don't mind. The first one we're looking at is Amazon. So Stella says, hell yes. He's not confident of an upward move from here in the short term. I have to agree. Like, I think that's what we're seeing, but I would agree with that. I don't have a huge amount of confidence. That looks great. Quite honestly, here's AMD. Let's just go through these real fast. Then we'll finish looking at that trade. AMD looks pretty good. Ma Stella agrees. I told you we've been going to counseling. We're getting along better. We're trying to work in confluence better together. Boeing, she's not feeling it. Okay, mostly sideways. Let's see about Jets. Jets, Jets. Negative. Let's try Meta and Netflix, see what those lead to. But I think Stella agrees with me that maybe the best one is Amazon. That looks pretty good. I still like Meta, but I think there's time to wait for a confirmation. And the last one would be Netflix. Shabang. Looks good as well. Also could wait for, I would say, a little bit of extra confirmation as far as that goes. All right. Okay. Tesla, I said Tesla looks okay, but I need to see more. I need to see something else. Something else. Show me. All right. Okay. What does Stella think about Tesla? Great question. I'll ask Stella what she thinks. So Stella's not convinced just yet, but she hasn't seen today's price action. Okay, so let's talk about Amazon. What do I like? I like that I can put my stop just below these lows, right? 90.59. I could go 89 and change. I'm about $5 away. But if I get this move was 85 to 102. That's 17 points. 17 puts me up here at 110. 110 makes sense. You can see that's kind of the old level that held and then broke. 110, 111, something along those lines. 16, 17 points. $5 of risk. What else do I know about this? I know that I don't want ATR. You're off the island. Okay. Implied volatility is relatively low, but it's not low. It's close to low, but it's not low. However, if we think this move is only going to take 5 to 7 days, which based on what we see here, I think it's a possibility. I would probably look for buying an option. I think I could go with the Decembers. It gives me, 3 weeks and change. It's hard because if we were to do this today, you're buying into, you lose a day tomorrow, then you get a Friday, then you lose 2 days, and then you get Monday. So, okay, it's all right though. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. Let's get into add simulated trades. We'll go singles, 3 weeks. I'm going to go a little out of the money. I might even go to the, well, maybe not. Maybe the hundreds. What do I think? 110? 95s are just out of the money. Stop loss, we said, we'll just call it 89.50, target 110. Date, I'm going to give it out till next Friday. And if I position size down to one contract, you can see one contract even, I'm getting 250 of risk for 11. So I'm getting about 4.5 to 1. Now, what if I am willing to go a little more aggressively? What if I go with 2 of these? You can see the risk is a little higher, $30 more. So $30 more at a 4 to 1 would mean I'd need an extra 120 for it to be worth it. So instead of making, 1145, I should be making 1300, but I'm not. I'm making 1700. So I get a little bump in my reward to risk. Number one. Number two, I get the ability to scale. So if I'm ever in a situation where I'm like, I can buy one contract, one of the strategies that I personally, and it's not necessarily one, but other variables, I like the ability to scale out. So in order to do that, I'd rather buy out of the money a little further, make it a little cheaper, buy a few more contracts, and then do this. So for me, I think that 2 contracts of the December 100s, that's what I like. If it only gets to 100, I'm still making 1 to 1 on my initial risk. That is not much of a move. That's literally like a small move. If it gets to 105, that jumps to 4 to 1, and if it gets all the way up, it jumps to 6 to 1. So yeah, I like this. I like it. Let's go see live prices, what we're looking at here. So, okay, let's go ahead and put this on. I don't know why this is in my way. Lose my questions here. And, that's what I was looking for. What is the price now? December 100s. I'm showing 167. That might even get me down to a little closer. Confirm and send. 167. If anyone's taking this, let me know. Not getting filled yet. A little bit of a shift. It looks like I'm going to go 169 just to get it. 169. Bing, bing. Let's see. That should do it. 168. 168 is the final. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I still think there's signals developing out of like Meta, Netflix. I think that, there's some good signals. If you're looking to get some bullishness on, you have absolutely the ability to. Just be aware of the time factors. I've definitely had times where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wait till Monday to get through all this. But if you do, you risk there being a big day on Friday where there's no sellers, the buyers push, and all of a sudden we're up 2% on 50% of the volume. Absolutely can and has happened. So there you go. Fred's in. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Well, that is going to wrap it up for me. I am going to. It's nice being in Utah where it's cold because I can just take I've got a huge stock pot to put the bird and all the brine in. I just stick it out in the garage on top of the freezer and let it stay cold out there. But there is work to be done. Has anyone ever smoked a spatchcocked turkey? I did a spatchcocked turkey last year, but I did it in the oven. But I've got this new smoker and I'm trying to figure out the timing. I've got to get my my project management software out so I can plan when to start all the different things tomorrow. Starting off with some blueberry pancakes and scrambled eggs. We've got like 5 extra kids here, so you got to make it easy. Anyways, no one inspired me to anything phenomenal for what to drink. So I don't know. It may just end up being whiskey sours. So I looked in the fridge today and there was eggnog and it said lactose free. And I'm like, is this some kind of a sick joke? Lactose free. I'm going to maybe even throw it away. Maybe one of those kids is lactose intolerant, but I don't care. I don't keep lactose free eggnog in my fridge. Not going to happen. Spiked eggnog, Fred said. There you go. Okay. Listen, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, except for you Canadians. I think you guys did yours already a couple weeks ago. If you're Canadians, have a great Thursday. If you're American, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy Black Friday. Does Canada at least do Black Friday? I would think so. It's a great day to go out shopping. Enjoy it. The madness, the crowds. Anyways, I will see you Friday morning. We're on Friday morning. So market's open. We'll be here. Join me Friday morning. And we'll see how things look and if there's anything else that we want to put on. Other than that, as always, my friends, happy trading. Oh, the quiz. Woo! Hold on. Thank you, Jacques. Jacques, I don't know what I would do without you. I know I've said that before. Jacques keeps me in line. I forget. My ADD kicks in. Well, I have to say, it looks like the A's maybe. No, 402.50. Bees, you did it. Congratulations, Bees. That includes me. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Gold medal. Wonderful, wonderful. Happy trading. Signing out.